with me, Gillian Gotzel. Now, my guest today is Maria Matyushina, she's going to correct me how to say it correctly, who's the Ops and Strategy Executive for Unique Network. So, Maria, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Gillian. Thank you for having me.
So, I've just discovered we want to talk about your background. I kind of thought we were going to do career, but actually, you love extreme adventure sports. Let's start there. Tell me about your quadding and your paragliding and parachuting. Why and what do you like the best?
Well, mostly I like to try something new always. And these extreme adventures, I can't say that I'm like doing such things every week or something. But when I have a chance, I just try to find new perspectives, new experiences for myself. And of course, this ones you mentioned is like the most extreme that I've done ever. But yeah, there were like Tanzania trip with beautiful savannas, beautiful animals. It was like amazing, National Geographic all around you. So it was one of the coolest travels I've ever had. Some parachuting, paragliding. I've tried surfing, and it was awful. I couldn't do anything, but I've tried once. So yeah, I like to try new things like when I have a chance, and if I like it, I can dive deeper. The same, I think, is about all all the spheres of my life.
What is the next extreme sport you're looking to do? What's on your bucket list?
Well, I think diving, like maybe serious one. I've tried, of course, like this child thing when you're with your instructor. Maybe I can do this. My dream is to dive with mantas. There's huge scots. Yeah, they're so cool, and I've already done my homework. Where can I find them? When? Maybe I can do this even this year. We'll see.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, I'm very impressed. I've done none of those things. So anyway, I'm very boring by comparison. So tell me though a little bit about you're the ops and strategy exec. You're a dev in Web3. So tell me a bit about modern education and how important it is for women to get involved with STEM subjects.
Starting from how I got here to this position, I'm not actually a dev. I can't say that. I'm more a manager. Of course, I've learned a lot of stuff to talk with my developers the same language, but still, I'm not a developer myself, of course.
Okay.
But looking back, I can say that I could have become this person, and the only thing that actually stopped me when I was choosing my university, my career, the only thing that really stopped me was my true like belief that that's not for women. That's true. I've always been good at math, at physics, I don't know, all of this stuff, but only guys do that. I was sure about it. I grew up in a small town, and it was like always know everybody knows it, and that's it. That's why I've got my degree in law. That is actually a type of programming in a society level. I like to
Mm.
look at it like this.
But you're on an active mission now to change that. You're an ambassador for women in tech. So how are you changing and why is it important?
Well, I can't say that I do much currently in this perspective. I'm of course an ambassador of Women in Tech, and I'm excited about what they do. They do amazing stuff. They celebrate women. They are doing a lot of stuff in the education sphere. I'm not so much in the contact with the community right now, but I'm trying to find a ways myself how to change it. For example, like recently I was looking for, I don't know, kind of small, not business, but project about teaching programming for children. It is very popular, of course, nowadays. There are a lot of schools, a lot of franchises, and all of this stuff. But I really, you know, I really think about the statistics like that franchisee gives, girls and boys and all of the genders. Do they pay attention to it or not? Do they make some maybe special course, maybe something like this? And I'm thinking about it like pretty hard, how to make it easier for girls, because I think the key problem is in the childhood, is in the, I don't know.
Is it like the idea
The,
that girls are put into pink and boys are put into blue? So is that gender stereotyping from a young age?
yeah, definitely. And I think that in colors, like when you are 15, you can change it easily. You see a lot of people around that are wearing, I don't know, yellow, all of them. And you can jump to the conclusion pretty soon, like, okay, then I can too. And if we're talking about career perspectives, it's not so easy. That is why I find this women in tech and all of this stuff very important, because they are showing that, look, even if all of your, I don't know, family, all of your friends think different, here are the examples. Here are these women that have done it. That's it. And I think it would help me somewhere in the past if this project existed that time.
Yes. Yeah, they say be the change you want to see, and also if you can see it, you can be it. So you're 100% right. If you don't see female leaders in this space, it's very hard for young people to say, oh, perhaps that my career could take me there. That's interesting. So tell me, so you trained as a lawyer, but you now manage devs. I mean, I introduced you as a dev, apologies, you're a manager of devs, but you talk their language. So how did you move from law into the Web3 industry? How did that happen?
Well, first of all, I just made a decision that I want to go there, and then of course, a lot of luck helped me. But I was pretty successful as a lawyer. I were a manager there, so it was a huge pity for me. It would be a huge pity, like, to drop off the experience I have and just start as a, I don't know, QA engineer. From the very beginning, of course, dropping the salary dramatically and all of this stuff. So I've actually, if we are talking about the exact steps that I took, I opened
Mm,
the career site and started just scrolling, like what people exist there, these IT. I knew nothing about it. So I jumped into, okay, analytics position. A lot of words I didn't understand, but I knew that, okay, I'm pretty smart, you know. Can't I be an analytic? Yeah, well, sure I can. And I've created my resume. I just searched for a lot of vacancies and just wrote down, like, the words I see most. So I've created this resume of a person that probably someone needs. And as kindly, as partly a joke, I've sent this resume to all of my friends, family, I don't know, everyone I know. Like, look, this is the person I want to be, I want to become. And Luckily, one of my friends, who was a lawyer and who was my former colleague, he showed this resume to his company IT chief. Like, look, I know this girl. She's cool. She wants to do something similar to what you are trying to do. So I just met them and we shake hands because basically they wanted an analytics who will interview the lawyers and make technical requirements from that. And they hired me only because I was a lawyer, because I didn't need to interview anyone. I could just write down what I know, what ideas I have. Of course, consulting with the colleagues, consulting with the lawyers, finding a way how to do it better, how to do it quicker, blah blah blah. But actually, they hired me only because of my past experience, and I think it was important for me because I see a lot of people around me right now asking like how to go to this IT I wanted to, and I'm giving the only advice like find a connection. Look for a connection between what you're doing right now, what you are good at right now, and find something closer, something similar, some I don't know. Some product that are targeting the audience like you, or something like that. So
Very good advice. I love what you, first of all, you changed your CV, your resume to reflect the person you wanted to be. And then is that you leveraged your existing talents and experience and then brought it into Web3, which is a great thing to do. So question for you then, when you're getting to into the sector, what did you think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies when you first heard about them? And what made you want to join this sector?
well, I joined the sector after a couple of years being in IT in general. So it was a couple of years later, but I knew nothing about it. Of course, I've heard about Bitcoin. I don't know, Big Bang Theory series was, I think, one of the first times I've heard about it. But they're joking about it, and of course, I've heard a lot of news coming out. But I actually thought that like it is too hard. It is something for very smart people. This, I don't know, hashes, wallets, these transactions, blocks. So come on, it's impossible to understand. But turned out it is more than possible, especially when you're like as lucky as me to join the amazing team that have eager to help to explain to help you really join it. But at first, it is a lucky and funny story too, because I was listening to the podcast some guy is doing about like tech news, IT news. He's speaking with our other CTOs about what the things they're doing. And in 2020, it was a big NFT hype. And of course, there was this episode about NFT, what is it, blah, blah, blah. I heard it, I understood nothing, but that it's something really cool. It's the sharpest of the knives that you can find. And I wrote it down like some bullets to dive deeper, to Google, to try to understand. And a couple of days after that, I've got this interview like appointment for the company that does something about NFTs. I was so excited. I don't know. I didn't sleep 2 nights. That was the first night I've tried to buy the Bitcoin, some crypto, and I ended up somewhere crazy. I don't know what I was doing at that time, but I end up at 3 in the morning before the day with my bank card blocked, because I've tried to buy somewhere some shady stuff, so I knew nothing about it. And it took me like 2 weeks to learn the basics. It's not so hard. And then, like, I don't actually remember, the first year of my life working in the company, because I was doing so much research, so much learning by myself. It was crazy, but turned out fine.
So tell me, I love your journey, a lot of research, obviously very active brain. So tell me though, what attracted you to the Polkadot ecosystem?
Well, to be honest, I didn't choose Polkadot. So
It chose
I
you.
just, it was a unique network that already joined this ecosystem. Joined Unique. I haven't joined Polkadot.
Okay, so what attracted you to Unique then?
Well, mostly that they are doing something in this sphere I'm really interested in. That was the first thing. That is why I was, oh my God, I wanted so much for them to like me. I was jumping out my pants or something. I was like all about, oh, come on, you're so cool. Please, let's talk more. Let's give me 10 more minutes. I have so many questions. Um, and the second thing, well, how are you choosing job, actually? Yeah, you have information about the company, you have information about the executives. So the second thing was, of course, personalities, was our CTO and CEO that interviewed me, and just I saw that these are amazing people that I want to spend like most of my life with in this work. So that's how the decision happened.
That's so cool. Yeah, so you chose the industry and the ecosystem via the company and the team leading it, which is no bad way to make a choice, I'm at. So finally then, Maria, so you're leading 8 developers, so you are very much in the IT side of things. You're not marketing your IT. What are the major challenges facing the worlds of NFTs going forward? Because we've had a bit of a slump, obviously, since the heady days of Beeple, etc. So, what are the main challenges to make NFTs, exciting again for the industry?
That's a great question. If I had, or anyone had a clear answer, we would be there already. That is why I think anything I say can be, taken as a one of the possible ideas. But
Okay.
it looks for me that NFTs at their first hype, it was 2019, 2020, they were pretty simple. So if you look at CryptoPunks or Bored Apes or something that everyone has heard about, they're simple. They are not playable. They are and not utilized. Really do anything with it. That is why I really love what we are doing at Unique. We are adding use cases. We are adding tech to make these use cases, because what is happening when you got the real world collectible, I don't know, the coin or something like this. Of course, okay, you've got this coin, you put it to the folder or something, and that is it. That is why I think NFTs now are so low, because that's it. Community were so excited, they collected this stuff, and we as an industry haven't, introduced them to something further, to something advanced, to something playable. And of course, the real world usage of these NFTs is important too. But here, as from my perspective, we are stopped by the lawyers, so to speak, because unless you have some, I don't know, some support, some thoughts given by governance about how to treat this. Is it what is it? I don't know. Can you trade it? How do you pay taxes with it? How do you interact with it? If you want to tokenize your apartment, if you want to sell your apartment for Bitcoins as an NFT, can you do this? Of course you can, but will you, register this deal? Of course not. So I think, yeah, that the main problems are, first of all, lack of advanced use cases, and second of all, lack of and I don't know, regulation.
So the two main challenges you say are lack of use cases. And what was the second one? Sorry.
The first was the lack of advanced use cases, like good ones, playable ones.
Yes.
And the second one, a lack of regulation.
Regulation.
I mean,
Perfect,
legal regulation.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I love the fact, I love the fact that when you, as I say, you grew up and you thought the girls were not meant to be techie, so you became a lawyer, and then you changed your CV to reflect what you wanted to be in the job that you wanted to get. And I think it's amazing. I think it's a way of reframing who you were, who you want to be. And then, of course, choosing your company wasn't that you chose the ecosystem. You chose a company because you like the company and the leaders in it, which is also very good advice. People don't necessarily jump into an ecosystem. Find people that you admire. So, Maria, thank you so much for your time today. It's been very interesting. And I want to hear when you go diving the next time or whatever extreme sport you decide to do this year. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Julian.